Okay. Otherwise, we go for the manual testing portion pending topic. We'll discuss more. So, what is the manual testing? Where we are discussing about the manual testing portion. So, in the manual testing, we discussed about the software testing life cycle. We are discussing right now in software testing life cycle. So, what is software testing life cycle? It describes the end-to-end activities performed by separate testing team to accomplish testing activities for a project. Various phases involved in the software testing lifecycle, such as test initiation, test planning, test case design or test design, test execution, defect reporting and defect tracking, then test closure. The phases are there. We discussed about the test initiation, test planning, these two phases where we discussed. What is the test initiation? So once a project is confirmed, then test manager will initialize the testing activities for a project. He will go and initialize the testing activities for a project. So the output of that phase is test strategy document. It describes the brief description about testing approach, available resources, and standards to be followed with respect to organization. With respect to organization. Then information in the test strategy will be uniform throughout the project. That's why it is called static document. The second phase we have the test planning. Who is the responsible for the test planning here? Test lead. Test lead is the responsible. So after client requirements analysis, based on the scope of current release of the project, test lead can go for the test planning, where the test plan document describes the features to be tested, features not to be tested, name of the test engineers, scope, in scope, out of scope, schedule, timelines, entry and exit criteria, test deliverables, test environment, testing approach, training needs, suspension and resumption criteria. These are the things are going described in the test plan. As we can say that test plan document is a route map for the testing units. In simple, test plan describes what to test, when to test, how to test, whom to test. That information described by the test plan document. Right now, third phase we have the test case design or test design. Test case design or test design. So who is the responsible for this? Test engineers are the responsible, where testers are the responsible. So senior test engineer. Now see software test engineer roles and responsibilities. What are the activities senior testers are going to testing in it we are going to do? So in our when you go for the interviews, they're going to ask that. Can you explain your roles and responsibilities? Can you explain your roles and responsibilities? First, understanding the business requirements and the functional specifications of the application. Okay. Second thing, identifying required functionalities to validate and convert them into test scenarios as per business requirements. Understanding the first one, business requirements and the functional specification of the application. That means BRS and FRS documents are given to the test engineers. We have to read those documents to understand the application functionalities. Second thing, identifying required functionalities to validate and convert them into test scenarios as per business requirements. Identifying required functionalities to validate and convert them into test scenarios as per business requirements. Third one, design and preparing test cases based on test scenarios. Can't do this one. Next thing, execute test cases manually. Execute test cases manually, and also execution of the automation test scripts. Execution of the automation test scripts. Even the manual tester, we have to go for the execution. Now, so during the execution time, we may identify the reports. We have to log the reports. We have to log the test results. Based on that, we have to go for the defect reporting and to track the defects. Defect reporting and track the defects. That means once the defects are reported, you have to observe that what developers saying that whether they are ready to solve the defects or not. If not, why they are not ready. These things you have to analyze. Then log the tester, defect reporting and track the defects. So once you got the modified application, go for the retesting. We retest the fixed defects which are identified in the previous build. Then performing regression testing. Performing regression testing. Performed various types of tests which are assigned by the tester lead, like a functionality testing, usability testing, usability testing, user interface testing, like this. Venkatesh who joined, Abhishek. Okay. So some students joined for the automation testing, right? Abhishek Gupta, okay. And Venkatesh. Two more students are joining for automation. Srikanth. Hmm. Okay. So we'll start the automation testing one. So because why I started manual testing portion is because some automation students are not there in the class. First manual testing 2 sessions pending is there. For the reason I started the manual testing portion. Okay, we'll go for the automation testing. One more student also need to join. Will we cover any AI tool integration to Selenium? No, no AI tool for Selenium. Shit, one of the, so 2 minutes more. Okay, let me go for the introduction class. So, who joined newly for the Selenium? Let me explain what are the concepts we are going to discuss. And moreover, the Selenium classes today or tomorrow you can join through mobile phone because first 2 classes will have the theory concept. But tomorrow, day after tomorrow, practicals are going to be how to set up the Selenium environment that I will explain. So you need to join through system only configuration setup these things. So, what we are going to discuss is Selenium with Java concepts we are going to learn. That is the combination which we are going to use. Selenium with Java. Now, the duration for this class is going to be 35 to 40 days. I'm going to take. So, Monday to Friday we'll have the classes. It is completely practical orientation. It is completely practical orientation. So different kind of frameworks which we are going to cover in this course. What are the frameworks we are going to cover in this course? Miss where so modular framework, data-driven framework, TestNG framework, keyword or hybrid framework. So Cucumber framework will be covered. Apart this, other tools which are going to discuss. So Maven, Jenkins also we are going to discuss. Maven, Jenkins. Those also we are going to discuss. Then Git and GitHub also we are going to discuss it is. Git and GitHub tools. Okay, these are the topics which we are going to cover. Say with the Java duration like this, Monday to Friday. Okay. Daily 1 hour session will be there. Notes and recording sessions will be shared with you. Notes and recording sessions will be shared with you. Now, core Java concepts also will be discussed more. where I will explain. Then we go for the web driver both simultaneously where we are going to discuss. Okay. Oh, now, today we'll see introduction to the automation testing. The very first concept, introduction to the automation testing. So we know about the software testing. Software testing is a combination of verification and validation. Verification and validation. So types of software testing. We have the two ways we can go for testing. One is manual testing. Other one is automation testing. Manual testing, automation testing. So manual testing is directly testing going to interact with the application to verify the actual behavior while performing operations. It's called manual testing. Automation testing is where we can go for some tools such as we can go for the Selenium or Playwright, Tosca, Test to Complete. This kind of tools which we can use to do the testing. It is like this. Okay. But whenever you go for manual testing, we are going to prepare the test cases. Whereas for automation testing, we can go for the automation test script we have to download. So what is automation test script means? Automation test script. So nothing but test cases which we derive, those we are going to convert into the our tool understandable language. Our tool understandable language. Right. Now, what are the major advantages if I go for the automation testing? Fast in execution, more consistency, in consistency. So automation test advantage, fast in execution, more consistency, more reliable. So these are the advantages we have when you go for the automation testing. Script is repeatable, reusable. These are the advantages we have. Okay, next more. Okay, now how to decide that disadvantages are there no? Because of that every project we are not going to prefer into the automation testing. Some projects only we prefer for the automation testing. What are the projects we are going to prefer? How they can decide? So means based on the size of the project, based on the size of the project. That means number of functionalities available in the application, more resource required for a project if I go for manual testing, or more time taking, multiple releases are expecting, Application environment should support to perform automation testing. Client accepted in terms of budget. These are the factors to be considered to decide whether this project is suitable or not for automation testing. Then when you go for the automation tools, we have two categories. So what are the two categories we have? So non-commercial tools and commercial tools. Non-commercial tools and commercial tools. If I go for the non-commercial tools, such as Selenium, Bad Boy, Playwright, these are the non-commercial tools are available. No need to pay any amount. From internet directly we can download, we can use those tools. Okay. Now, if I go for the commercial tools like a QTP or EFT, so Test Partner, Tosca, QA Run, Catalan Studio, Test Complete, these are the commercial tools. You have to buy the license. Now, how to decide the best tool for automation testing? Type of tools like return on investment. That means how much budget allocated for testing. How much budget allocated for testing? In that budget, can we go for the so commercial tool or non-commercial tool? Which one is going to more benefit for us? Commercial tool or non-commercial tool? Next thing, identify the requirements of the tool. That means if I'm going to use the tool for testing, how much tester friendly the tool is going to be? Like, is it able to generate the script automatically or not? Some tools have the recording option, whereas some tools have the drag and drop option to generate the script. No need to write the script by yourself. Those tools are going to generate automatically. Or suppose you want to write the script manually. I want to generate the script manually. Is it easier or not? So then the execution is easier or not? I want to develop the automation test. Is it easier or not? So execution, hundreds of scripts are there. Is it easy to execute or not? By one click, can able to execute the scripts or not? Can able to execute or not? Then after execution, whether tool is going to provide the test result in the desired format or not. There is an understandable way. Is it able to provide the test result or not? Right. So then tool will support the environment or not. Like if I go for the Windows based application, will it support or not? Web based application, will it support or not? Mobile application will support or not? We have to see it is. Okay. Now, the object recognition, able to recognize that or not? We have to see. Next move. Cross browser support, different browser supports or not, different OS supports or not, also we have to say it is. So generally, whether this project is suitable or not for automation testing, can we go for the automation testing or not? Your test manager is the responsible. Tool selection also done by the our test manager only, not by us. Okay. Now, automation testing process, how it is going to be in an organization, how they can go for the automation testing. See, these are the activities where they are going to perform. First one, stage one, tool evaluation. Tool evaluation. That means which tool we have to use for the testing. The tool evaluation. Second thing, test lead. What type of scenarios we have to go for the automation testing? Whether we have to go for the everything in the application, what type of cases we have to go for automation testing? What type of scenarios we can go? Further, what he is going to do? He will go to analyze the test cases, prepare the analysis sheet, estimating the script development time, estimating script development time, issue script development time, then sending summary sheet for approval, confirmation. Then automation architect, he is the responsible to decide. So, what are the coding standards to be followed? What are the coding standards? Second thing, based on the scenarios, based on the tool which you are going to use, you will go and decide what type of framework is suitable for current project. You will decide what type of framework we have to follow. That is going to be decided. So, human next, define the coalition, evaluate the suitable framework. See, up to here, we are not going to. Who is going to test manager, test lead, automation architect? They are the responsible to do this kind of activities. Next month, testing in stage four, testing. We are the responsible. What we are going to do here, the first thing, implementation. So, list of scenarios will be given to you. Based on the given scenarios, we have to develop the automation test scripts. Then go for dry run. Then once the automation test scripts are developed, we have to go for the execution one time to see that how the scripts are executing. The scripts which you developed, those are executing smoothly or not. Is there any logical issues in the script that we have to analyze? But the dry run. Then review on the scripts. How many scenarios are given for us? How many test scripts we developed? Now, based on that, so we have to check everything is covered or not. Everything is covered or not. We have to check it is. Then execution. Before going to start the execution, we have to check. We need to check. So required environment setup is given or not. Environment is set. Then execution of the script. Environment setup means the required software, hardware things are given or not. We have to check it is. The execution of script. Then reporting. Analyze the test results, report the defects. Then maintenance. Enhance or update the scripts as per the new change requests. So the roles and responsibilities of the automation testing, what they are going to do. Now, some of the major activities during the manual and automation testing. If I go for the manual testing, the major activities will be identify test scenarios, identify test scenarios, prepare the test cases, prepare the test cases, then execution of the test cases, then defect reporting, getting it fixed. These are the major activities where they are going to perform. Identify test scenarios, prepare the test cases, execution of the test cases, defect reporting, and getting it fixed. Then automation testing. So what are the major activities will be? First, you have to identify the automation test scenarios. Then we have to develop the automation test script. List of scenarios will be given to you. According to that, we have to develop the automation test scripts. Then execution of the test scripts. Analyze the test results. Analyze the test result, defect reporting, and getting it fixed. These are the major activities where we are going to perform automation testing. But if you observe more, when I go for the manual testing, as I said, identify the test scenarios. So automation testing, identify automation test scripts, right? Because when you go for automation testing, everything we are not going to prefer for the automation testing. Some scenarios only we are going to prefer for the automation testing. What type of scenarios we are going to prefer for the automation testing? In general, the scenario which are more repeatable and complex to perform manually, those kind of scenarios we are going to prefer for the automation testing, like build verification test scenarios, regression test scenarios, retesting scenarios where we can go for the automation testing. Okay. Those kind of scenarios we are going to prefer for automation testing. scenario which are preferable for automation testing. In general, scenarios which are more repeatable and complex to perform manually, those are more suitable for automation testing. Example like a build verification test scenarios, regression test scenarios, retesting scenarios, where we can go for automation testing. So next, some scenarios which are not preferred for automation testing. What type of scenarios not preferred for automation testing? Generally, the scenarios which are okay, scenarios which are simple and which are not repeatable. Those we can't go for the automation testing, like a user interface related test scenarios, usability test scenarios, usability test scenarios. Okay. In general, which are more repeatable, which are not repeatable, like a GA or user interface test scenarios, usability test scenarios, functional related test scenarios, means one-time testing activities. The scenarios which are not repeatable, we can't go for the automation. These things has to be decided by the your test lead, not by you. Return on investment is negative. This kind of scenarios. Okay. Now, see, if I go for the one project where we can go for the manual testing and automation testing, both teams can work for the one project, whereas automation testing is an optional for some of the projects. That means every project manual testing will be there. Only so few projects only we go for the manual and automation testing. The other thing, when we can start developing the automation test script means generally once we got the stable build from development team, then only we can start the developing automation test script. But when you go for the test cases, means whenever requirements are finalized or baselined, then we can start. Then we can start preparing the test cases. Once the requirements are finalized, we can start preparing test cases. Once done, so you got stable from development team, stable bit from development team, then only we can go for the automation test script development. Application required. Without having application, we can't go for the developing automation test scripts. Okay. So Venkatesh, Srikanth, any doubts are there? No, you both are new for here, no? So class notes and recording sessions will be shared with you. So and I'm going to take the once the registrations are completed, I will going to take your mail IDs, your number, and I'm going to create the WhatsApp group for the sharing the notes, everything. Apart that, if you have any doubt, let me know that I will clarify your doubts. The class will be 8 to 9 actually, 8 to 9. Okay. So 5 days a week we have. Okay. So that is a class for us today. Tomorrow we are going to start the Selenium introduction. I will going to give the topics. Okay. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Okay. Bye.